Let's acquire this wheat.
Let's get it. Alright. Now I just gotta get the stream up on my TV so I can make sure everything's good to go, and then we can hop in the game. It's like my monitor. Also gives me a free viewer because it's from my other account. Can you text the group chat? Just put it in the chat. Twitch.tv / over _ peak.
I've got the link right here, so I'll get it to him.
Perfect.
What's that, Julian? Like, start playing?
Thanks, Demetrius. What's up, pal? One second, guys. Just trying to get this set up on my TV. Sometimes it's pretty slow. And then we'll be good to go. Reload this. There we go. We're good. We're good. All right, what's up, guys? We're back at another NFL Cross Twitch stream. I'm here with Zach Goodall of LockedOnJaguars. Zach, how you doing tonight, pal?
I'm doing good. It feels really good to get back on some form of airwaves with Ryan, my buddy, who helped me start off a really underperforming draft podcast like 3 years ago.
R.I.P. 11 on 11. Shouts out. Yeah, Zach Ben, the homie. Javal says, Zach.
What's going on, guys?
So we're going to talk a lot of probably a lot of Super Bowl tonight, but we're going to start with some Senior Bowl stuff, as Zach was just there last week. If you guys, I'm sure all of you that are currently in here already know Zach and follow him on Twitter, but if you don't, follow him at Zach_Goodall. You can follow his work at LockedOnJaguars. He's a great Jaguars source, does a lot of draft stuff because, you know, the Jaguars aren't usually very good. And he just spent the whole week, like our guest from Tuesday, Trevor. Demetrius says he blocked you. Like our guest from Tuesday, Trevor Sikkema, Zach spent all of last week at the Senior Bowl. So Zach, why don't you just get going real quick with some of the key thoughts that you had from Senior Bowl last week?
Well, first off, let me tell you, like, everyone loves to hype up the Senior Bowl as like a great networking thing. Like, if you're trying to make it in football and media and stuff like that, or even if you're not, but like you just enjoy doing football stuff, like, get your ass to Mobile. It's that simple. It's a fantastic time. You get to watch these kids come out and, you know, perform under the microscope of NFL teams. So you're naturally, like, I bumped into the likes of Tom Coughlin and Doug Marrone and John DeFilippo all within like a 5-minute span at the Senior Bowl. It's just how it works. Like, you see everyone there. It's a great city. I mean, it's a really well-hosted event. Get to meet all the people you see on Twitter to talk football with. They've got a great like film room. We got to go and watch coaches film of the practices every day and really get a good eye of like some of these prospects. It's a great time. I'm going to be back next year and for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, that's awesome. So with regards to the how the week went, who were some standouts that you saw?
I think you got to look at the North Team offensive line, Gruden's group. That offensive line, like, besides like the Jonah Williamses of the world, was filled with guys that are going to get drafted before, quite honestly, I'd say day 2 is over. Chris Lindstrom had a fantastic week out of Boston College. He's my favorite. Dalton Reisner played with like the meanest streak I've ever seen of a Senior Bowl offensive lineman. Like, people thought he was getting into a fight tweeted it out on Twitter, people thought he was actually like fighting another player, but really it was just finishing his reps. The offensive line, I mean, they really stood out. There was a receiver from Ohio State, Terry McLaurin, who saw a huge like boost in production this year with Dwayne Haskins as a QB, and he showed out. Like, obviously the stats were good in college, but he showed off with some real great long speed, some route running ability, even a little bit of a contested catch radius, which you don't typically see out of a dude that comes in 6 flat, but he did a good job out there. Nice. Not as much really that I paid attention to on defense. There were some guys that I liked. I like Nasir Adderley, but in a pure free safety role. Some other guys as well, but I mean, it was all about the offensive line, in my opinion.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. I like cut out weird for a second. Yeah, that was.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, Trevor was hyping up the line last week too. Or on Tuesday, I should say. So let's hop into game here, but and just real quick for the chat. So if you guys were here on Tuesday, you know that since Trevor was cross-platform, when we hopped in the loading screens, you lost him for a minute. That won't be a problem with Zach because he's a smart boy who has a PS4 now. So we'll be able to talk right through the loading screen. So it'll probably be a lot more just hopping in and out of games as we go instead of trying to plan it out around the questions like we did with Trevor. But so Zach, obviously the Jaguars are in a situation where they need a quarterback, and we all know that none of the quarterbacks that were at the Senior Bowl is the answer at 7th overall where the Jaguars pick. But if they were to pass on a quarterback at 7 and circle back for one, who out of the Senior Bowl quarterbacks would you most like to see?
Oh God,
it's not a great proposition, right?
No, it's really not. Sorry. So when I watched those quarterbacks down there, I don't think any of them had it put together to be first-round guys. If you're going to talk about intrigue in terms of guys that should go first round, I mean, it's going to be Drew Lock. Dude he killed it everywhere he went. He killed it in terms of like being able to speak to people and win them over. I knew going in he was going to have like the most amount of wow you type of throws while in shorts, but I don't see him there mentally whatsoever. There's just a lot of stuff he's got to correct versus pressure with his feet. He's a project guy, but he offers a ton of potential. Tyree Jackson's the same way. I don't think that he's a complete prospect whatsoever.
Yeah.
He essentially, it's going to be tiresome to hear it, but he essentially is Josh Allen as a prospect. And I had a 3rd-round grade on Josh Allen last year, so I'd say the same thing about Tyree. But my question is, if Josh can go at 7, like, why can't Tyree go higher than the 3rd round? And I think he did enough with his lower body mechanics that people had questions about in his ball control to at least, gain a little bit extra hype. But I don't know if it was enough to put him necessarily where Josh went, but that's a whole different discussion, really. But otherwise, I wouldn't hang my hat on, like, any of these guys.
Yeah. I know you were a Daniel Jones fan coming in, so it sounds like you cooled off on him a little bit as the week went on.
So I liked Jones coming in terms of he was the high floor guy that had it put together, in my opinion, to be like a mid-tier starter at best.
Yeah.
And he didn't even look like that this past week. I mean, there were some legit issues that he had versus pressure that I wasn't used to seeing him do at Duke. I thought he handled pressure really well there because his offensive line at Duke was not good. But he looked really bad there. His arm strength, I wasn't too concerned about it before. I knew it was questionable, but it was really, really an issue in Mobile, and I've definitely cooled off on him. I think that he didn't take advantage of what should have been a relatively easy thing for him to take advantage of. I think quarterbacks have it a lot easier than most there in Mobile.
So I know that you're on the Jaguars need to be finding a quarterback in this class. So assuming sounds like that there's no one kind of later in the draft, there's no hidden gems that are worth a flyer this year. So that kind of just leaves the top 2 of Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray. Where do you stand on those 2?
So I've yet to fully do a report on Murray, which I know, lazy me. But I mean, I've seen enough of him to understand like what he does well, and I mean, the dude is you don't want to think about his size because of what he is truly able to do, where the NFL is moving in terms of quarterback play. But from a Jaguars perspective, like Tom Coughlin will never ever select a dude that's 5'9" or 5'10", 190. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And he's way too. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it because like it's not supposed to discredit him, but more like he plays his own way, like he isn't as structured, which he does fantastic, and I'm all about it. But that's not something that they want to comply to. Whereas I think Haskins offers a really safe floor as a West Coast fit, with the potential to be so much more. That, I mean, with the growth that I saw out of him in 1 year as a starter, his ability to take on pressure as the year went on compared to how he started was a fantastic amount of growth, and that excites me to see what else he can grow at as he matures as a quarterback, which, of course, I mean, will take more than 1 year of playing time, but with what he was able to flash there, I think that he's capable of growing a lot more. So I'm team move up for Haskins if your team needs a quarterback. I think I like him more than some of the real professionals really like him. I know Ledyard put out a piece today saying that
he's out on him,
issues
right?
with him. I don't think he's out on him, but at the same time he's not
cautious.
Sold like a lot of people are. He's very cautious with him. And he thinks he can be a good starter in the NFL, but he doesn't view him as like a true franchise guy, and I kind of disagree with him there. I respect John more than a lot of people.
And real quick, that's John Ledyard, who is the co-host of Locked On NFL Draft, with our guest from Tuesday, Trevor Sikkema. For those of you who aren't familiar with John's work, he's a good follow.
Yeah, I respect his football opinions more than a lot of people in draft Twitter. Like, he's
definitely
in,
up
the top,
there,
like 5%.
Yeah, from a taste perspective, for sure.
Yeah, I think he and I are just going to disagree a bit on it because I am one of the people that views Haskins as a guy that, with the type of growth we saw out of him this year, I think he's capable of even more. So I'm team Haskins.
And so you already said your team move up for Haskins. What would you be willing to give up to get him? And let me rephrase that. What do you think it's going to take to move up to get him from where the Jaguars sit?
That's the thing is, like, I have no idea what.
Were you already in the stables here?
Yeah, I was.
Okay.
I have no idea what New York wants to do. I have a weird feeling that they're not as high on Haskins as I am, or what I think the Jaguars are, because I do think the Jaguars like Haskins a lot. They've been to Ohio State enough to where they could have rented an apartment up there.
Yeah.
New York wasn't, and from just circles of people I talked to, it almost sounds like they'd be willing to, upgrade other positions rather than try and significantly like move up to secure Haskins. Or honestly, they could be a team that might like Daniel Jones. I think that there's going to be definitely interest in Daniel Jones, kind of like I think the Raiders will have the same thing. But that's the thing, is you're never sure if he's your guy. You want to go get him, isn't that like that's just the
absolutely
idea.
You don't want to give 6 chances for a team to move up or be a surprise and take him if you really think he's your guy.
Exactly. So that's what I like. It makes me think like you talk to every team that's above you and see exactly what they're hearing, what their price would be, and you kind of go from there. I have a feeling Oakland is probably the sweet spot if they're not trying to, shock the world and go QB there themselves.
Yep.
But I think that that's enough value to where, moving up into that top 3 of what's likely going to be Nick Bosa, Quinnen Williams, and Josh Allen as the first 3 picks, at least as things stand. Like, the price is going to shoot up that much because those guys are all 3 being viewed as sure things for teams that drastically need them at each position. So those prices compared to moving up with Oakland is so much more that I don't think teams are really going to want to, force themselves into that pick above the Jaguars, where I feel that, maybe getting to that spot where Oakland is right now would be ideal because you may not have to give up that much to move 3 spots. You get a GM who is on record saying he's just totally flustered right now in Mike Mayock. He is having a real hard learning curve with going from TV GM to NFL GM. And you try and see with them is, hey, do you think maybe we can get off with next year's first and Los Angeles' consolation third this year. And if they say yes to that, I think that's a huge win to move up into the top 4 and get your franchise quarterback. Because I think Jacksonville's in a position where they can risk giving up a little bit more than the average team that's in that top 5 to 10, because I think they're well built enough to win with the right QB. Maybe, I mean, I'm not saying necessarily win it all, but certainly be back in contention compared to like
people land us. People land us.
Oh yay! Oh.
He went into salty. His teammates up above him, still high up. No boom there. See what they want to do here.
Yeah, I can't focus on 2 things at once, so I'll finish that once we knock these guys out.
All right, and real quick, guys, if you're in the chat and you're not following me, go ahead and hit that follow button. If you're on PC, it should be right above your stream in the top right corner. We're creeping up on 50 followers, which is when I'm able to apply for Twitch affiliate, not associate, Twitch affiliate. And that opens up a whole bunch of stuff, and that'd be a really cool platform to hit in the first month of streaming. So if you guys aren't following, go ahead and hit that follow button. If you are following and you have friends who aren't, go peer pressure them, get them to follow me.
I second this, guys. Make sure you get them above that 50.
Yeah, I don't think these guys are too good. I'm gonna push up on them. I think they might have pushed out. I don't think they're here anymore. Nope, they are. They're in the house.
What the hell?
Did you just fall?
I didn't get... my freaking glider didn't go off. Well, cool. Now I can talk draft again.
I'll be there in a second. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're good. Take your time. I'm not much help to you guys. If you guys are listening to this right now, just if I didn't tell you already, I'm really bad at video games as a whole. I came for the football talk and to get carried. But
this guy's scared.
Yeah,
I think I'm just gonna come try to get you. Oh no, he's right here. He's right here.
If you lose me, it's no big deal. I promise you. It's probably helping you to lose me.
Oh my god, this isn't placing. Oh, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead.
Don't worry about it. I was holding you back.
I should have just pushed. This guy's scared. I could have gotten you. Yeah, go ahead and keep going with that. The Jags thoughts.
Yeah, I'd try and take advantage of Oakland as much as I can, because I don't think any other team is really going to be a threat. I mean, if Miami wants to land a QB, that's great. They got to move up a good amount. Washington's the same way, where they'd have to move up a really good amount, and Washington's not in the place to be sending away assets when they're sending away a lot of money already that's not worth anything to Alex Smith at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't think there's a ton of threats. And on top of that, there's not enough quarterbacks. I mean, this quarterback class isn't good enough for a bunch of teams, want to go absolutely crazy over any of them. But Jacksonville's in the position where they can take that type of risk, and I think that that's exactly what they should and will do.
And we got a question coming in from Javal. Do you think Malik to the Chargers for a 5th is possible? They have a need at 3 tech, decent cap, and obviously the Gus connection. Just seems like we should at least get a late pick. Oh, I'm dead.
I think that. Oh no. I think that that's probably the most obvious fit of any.
No.
What?
That sucks.
It's okay.
I didn't realize I had moved just out of the storm.
You beat me. It's cool. But I think that that's the most obvious connection that you can make. I think it's one we're going to hear a lot of if they start if like a report breaks that like he's on the block, which he very clearly is at this point. Like they have, they've shown that they don't have interest in keeping him around. They've drafted his replacement that they started giving a lot more snaps to by the end of the year, a lot less to Malik. He's a huge cap hit at this point. They are in the negatives as things stand. So, I mean, we'll just have to see when and where they decide to go about moving on from him. But all those points make a ton of sense. Like, that's exactly what you got to think about is He's got the connection to Gus. They've got a ton of room. They have a neat 3-tech with two of the best edge rushers in the NFL, really playing on their team in Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa when Joey Bosa's healthy. So you had a presence like that and a guy that was, swayed to come into Jacksonville with other offers on the table in Gus Bradley. I think that's the most obvious. I think there are other places that will look at him as well, but you just got to see where the value's at, really.
Mm-hmm. So let's pivot for a little bit. Let's talk some Super Bowl. So I'm gonna hit a quick monologue real quick. Obviously, the game is coming up, you guys, on Sunday. I'm too bad at math for this. About exactly 3 days from now. Was that 72 hours from now? And Maya makes her first appearance. Come here, babe. Come here. Say hi. Maya. Say hi. Say hi. 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 I know. I love you too. Hi. Okay. Go lay down. Go play. All right. So the game's coming up. I'm honestly, I'm honestly feeling really good. The Rams are a very good team that deserves the respect and deserves to be here. But I think that I think the Patriots match up really well, both offensively and defensively. I think as good as Aaron Donald is, I think the Patriots have the offensive line talent to be able to minimize him as much as possible, and by that I mean make him like really, really good instead of an unstoppable player, while still not like allowing Ndamukong Suh or Dante Fowler to wreck the rest of the game. I think the game plan should be on the ground. The game plan should just be run away from Aaron Donald as much as possible. Get those outside zones going. Focus him on the inside. Just don't let him get upfield quickly enough to wreck those outside zone plays. Maybe even get some tosses in there. And then in the passing game, the plan is, it's the standard Patriots plan, is just going to be get the ball out quick. The Rams don't really have an answer on defense for Julian Edelman. Or James White, for that matter. So, and when you already consider that those are the two top targets for Tom Brady anyway at this point in the year, I think that the Rams are going to have a real tough time keeping the Patriots off the field, and the Patriots are going to be able to control the clock really well. And then offensively, or Patriots defensively, Rams offensively, we don't know what we're getting with Todd Gurley. I still haven't found a gun. That's insane. We don't know what we're getting with Todd Gurley. If he's back to being Todd Gurley, that's a game changer. But I think that they want the Rams to be running the ball right now. And even if Todd Gurley has a big day, I think the plan is you put Stephon Gilmore on Robert Woods, you put J.C. Jackson on Josh Reynolds, and then you put like John Jones and like Keon Crossan with some safety help on Brandon Cooks. And then you run a lot of dime packages, and you take like Jason McCourty, and you put him on whichever tight end, because I think that the Rams are going to need the tight ends to be like real monsters in this game if they're going to have a chance to win. And that still leaves, even if you're in dime, the ability to man up these talented wide receivers, just like against Kansas City, that allows you to focus on the run or focus on bringing pressure with an extra man. And the Patriots have just been pressure monsters this offseason. Okay. No worries. Yeah, were they coming in?
That's the thing. I don't know. I just heard them.
Okay.
I was inside.
All right. We'll keep an eye out for him.
I'm over by the farm.
Oh yeah, I see him. I hear him.
Yeah, they're by the shack.
Yeah, let's get this real quick, and I'll continue. They're fighting another team. Okay, I got one. The other team's still there, though. He's in the cornfield. I don't have a shotgun. I'm gonna try to come get this dude. I got one now.
I heard.
I think he's just trying to heal up in the cornfields right now. Do you have any grenades?
Nah, I don't.
All right. Just watch out. He's in here. He's coming out. You hear him?
I hear him. Yeah.
He's over in at the very edge, very corner. You see where he's jumping?
Yeah.
He's running away. Alright, where'd you die? Up top.
I'm up top. I'm coming down to you.
No, stay up there. Stay up there. But yeah, okay, so, I want to dance on these kids real quick. And I have a med kit for you. I'm gonna drop it over on this side so it doesn't fall in the weeds. But yeah, I think the Rams are gonna have a tough time matching up all around, and it's gonna be, what is this? Interesting. Do you have the battle pass, right?
I do.
Come over here. You see this poster? Search it real quick and then drop me that mini that you just picked up. Thank you. I hear a chest in here. I'm just gonna grab real quick and then we gotta move.
Heard that. I'll check.
Yeah, there we go. More minis. Your son Everett winning Super Bowl MVP. I don't know about that one, Chief. But yeah, I think the Rams are going to have a real tough time matching up. And the Rams are a very good team. And this isn't to say that the Patriots are going to win this easily. But I do think the Patriots have the advantage in both experience and skill and just matchups. And I think that if with the pressure the Patriots have been generating, I think it's going to be real easy to get Goff rattled. And if Goff's rattled, the Rams just aren't winning this game. I'm thinking something like a 31-24-ish game. Maybe even a little bit more high scoring than that. I think the Patriots are going to do a good job of controlling the first half and making it real boring the way they did against Kansas City. And the key is going to be making the second half the same way. I think the best, in terms of Patriots winning, the best game plan is going to make this a really boring Super Bowl. Which I'm obviously fine with. I'm sure a lot of you guys wouldn't be terribly happy with that. But my feeling is it's going to be very similar to the Chiefs game. I think the Chiefs and the Rams are very similar teams, where the Chiefs are a lot more dynamic on offense just because of Pat Mahomes, and the Rams probably have a better defense. But I think that the Patriots are going to do what they can to control the ball. They're probably going to succeed. The Rams will come make adjustments.
Well, let me grab those shells.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Nope, not that.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Yep. And I think that the Rams will make adjustments, and then the Patriots will adjust to the adjustments. So it will kind of be a back and forth second half, and the Patriots will hang on because that's what the Patriots do. Where are you sitting on the Super Bowl, Zach? As an impartial fan.
As a neutral observer who hates watching the Patriots win. I've learned a thing or two about betting against the Patriots, and it's never do it.
Correct.
So I just dropped a blue heavy assault, by the way, in that house.
Okay, I got a purple. Thank you, though.
That's what I was picking up. That's exactly what I like. I already knew that, and I was saying that going into last year's AFC Championship game. But then when it was like, the Jags were up, playing well into the game. Right before halftime, I was starting to think, like, you know what, like, screw it.
Can you carry real quick? Can you carry a Rift?
I can carry anything right now. Yeah, I've got a
All right, I'm dropping it down to you. Nope, just kidding. I got caught. I'm gonna drop it down to you again.
Where are we at?
Right here.
There we go. Yeah. So I was ready to bet against them last year, and I paid the price for that. So that's been totally reiterated. I know never to do it ever. I like the Rams. I like what they're able to do. I think it's going to be tough for Tom if Aaron Donald's able to play at Aaron Donald's strength or even just a little bit below it. But I mean, underdog, right? Underdog mentality.
Yeah, and
I'm doubting Tom Brady right now by saying Aaron Donald's the best to ever do it. So,
I think this is gonna be our pal Dirk W. Nowitzki. Since I'm assuming this is a new account of yours from someone who was commenting in here the other night. Go ahead and follow me from that account too, pal. I appreciate you. So Dirk W. Nowitzki says, don't mean to switch this, but do you think the Jaguars should draft Locke instead of Haskins? A large part of me believes that this might not. I thought this was Sharif going to be talking about the Dallas trade, but this might not be. Sharif, is this you? If not, then I apologize, pal. Don't mean to switch this, but do you think the Jaguars should draft Locke instead of Haskins? A large part of me believes that drafting QB based on great college performance isn't necessarily a good thing. Bortles was good in college, and drafting him was a great big mistake.
I mean, in a sense, Drew Lock was great in college, and yet he also had like big time turnover issues. But I mean, the dude is like an SEC record breaker in yards and touchdowns, or like second place maybe in those. Kid can play. He's got a legit arm. Like I said earlier, like you came in knowing he was going to make throws that were just going to like drop your jaw when he was out there in shorts, and you know, through install periods where they're not going team and stuff like that. He was going to look good. I don't.
If you come to me, I have a plan.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I don't think he's there mentally whatsoever. Once there's like a lick of pressure, while he can make plays on his feet, like he's not nearly confident enough to be able to stay calm and make poised plays when in a collapsing pocket. He can't do it. He panics. Getting him off his first read is never a good thing.
I'm gonna go. I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna go try to fly through it and see what happens. See this thing ahead of us?
I think Drew Lock is the type of guy that truly would benefit from sitting a year.
This guy's gonna try to land on us? Nope, he missed.
Whether it be a bridge option or whether it be an established veteran, something like that, where you bring him in, Alex Smith and Pat Mahomes style, I think that would do him wonders. Jacksonville is not in that position to take that type of risk whatsoever. They can't sacrifice, you know, the defense that they put together, the roster that they do have, which I do think is capable of winning in some capacity, with a guy that you need to sit for a year.
Yeah.
I just don't see that type of fit.
So Dirk, I apologize. So as Javal just said in the chat, we have a buddy who's a Mavericks fan. He was super excited about this the Kristaps trade that happened today. So he said he was going to ask about it in the stream tonight, and I assume that was him with a new account coming in to ask about it. But I appreciate if you want to go ahead and hit that button too. I'd appreciate you. But that was a good question. Thank you for throwing it in here. We're getting beamed. We got to get out. I'm dead.
Bullshit.
Oh, no. My menu opened. Oh, my menu opened. That sucks. That was not great gameplay. Man, I'm mad excited about it. I'm a Mavs fan in the West, although I do think the Mavs just want to be a white super team. Yeah, I mean, it's a great trade for them. If Kristaps can stay healthy, like that's Luka and Kristaps are insane. And then obviously Dirk had that white Euro legacy already. That's gonna be a ton of fun. I hope he can stay healthy, but that was a crazy trade. The Knicks are just gonna forever be incompetent. All right, guys, I want you to do me a favor right now. If you aren't following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me at Ryan_Kieran. If you're not following Zach on Twitter, go follow Zach at Zach_Goodall. From my account, you will see the links to the Twitch stream. Go ahead and hit that retweet button so we can get a couple new viewers in here. We get this chat really popping, some conversation for you guys. So sounds like Zach and I are both on the Patriots in the Super Bowl. The Rams are a good team that it should be a fun game, or at least a close game, even if the Patriots kind of make it a boring one. But I think that the Patriots have the talent, the experience, and the matchups to pull out the win. Right now, I want questions from the chat. Let's get some questions popping, and we'll start rapid firing some questions for Zach. So go ahead. Anything you're thinking of: NFL draft, Patriots Super Bowl, free agency, Jaguars offseason plans, any team's offseason plans, music, movies, A Star Is Born. Go ahead, get those questions in the chat. We're gonna focus on the game to get started, and as those questions come in, I'll start sending them in Zach's way. So anything that comes in your mind, send them.
Please ask us about A Star Is Born.
It's so good. It's so good.
It really is, man.
I was going to buy it on Xfinity, but it was a little too expensive because I'm going to get it on Amazon too, so I wasn't going to double dip like that at that price, but I can't wait for it to be on Amazon.
Where are you dropping? I was tweeting out for people to come and join us.
I appreciate you. Let's go Viking. All right, so Javal, reasons why Foles is not good for Jacksonville.
All of them.
Elaborate.
In all seriousness, I mean, sure, he's probably the best free agent option. He's going to be incredibly expensive. Jacksonville, like I said earlier, is in the red. So you're clearing all this space to get a guy who's almost 30, who, I mean, has played well recently when he, is filling in for an injured Carson Wentz. But, I mean, we haven't seen him playing like a full season's worth of football in order to say, like, yeah, man, this dude's worth, at bare minimum, his option, which is 20.6 million or something like that.
Yeah, 20.6, I think.
Yeah, so I'm not in the business of paying him that much money when we aren't sure exactly, where he's at, when this team is in a real tight financial situation. It needs a long-term and a short-term answer at this point. I just don't think that they're in,
There's a guy here.
Heard that? I don't have the loadout for this, but we're gonna do it anyway. But I mean, if these guys are truly viewing it as, hey, my job's on the line and I want to win right now with, a veteran presence. Down.
Oh my God! How'd you die to them, Zachary? Come on!
Because my feet were frozen. My feet were frozen.
Chat F's in the Zach for Zach. F's in the chat for Zach. I gotta make it for you.
All right, you're the man.
Thank you, Joel. Continue though. Sorry.
I mean, talking about Nick Foles got me killed by a noob, so maybe that's a sign. That's definitely a sign. No, I'm not in the business of paying him if I'm a GM for a team like this, but if that's what they want to do, then, I guess I'm just going to have to live with it.
Yeah, I feel you. So we got, let's see, I'm gonna hop around real quick. So Dirk asked, do you guys do hockey MLB questions? So I primarily, this is gonna be a football chat. But I'm a huge sports fan overall. Baseball is probably my second favorite sport. So if the chat's like in these situations, you want to send in football and hockey or baseball hockey questions, absolutely, I'll answer them. If the chat's kind of in a more active scenario, there's people here again.
Great.
Got one.
Another one coming. Got 20 on him.
Yep. All right, so don't apologize at all. I love any questions. The only place that I was going with that is that, like, if the chat's kind of popping a little bit, which it's a little slower than it normally is tonight, and we have a good amount of I can't move right now. and we're having a good amount of football questions. I'll probably kind of skip them and maybe come back to them if there's time. But like, so football, basically all I'm saying is football questions will get priority, but any questions on anything are welcome. This is supposed to just kind of be like a laid back atmosphere where we can talk whatever with the focus on football.
We need to get Bolt's Blue Line on this thing. That's what we gotta do.
Yeah,
Chris
for
Thornton,
sure.
Chris Thornton in his new podcast.
Yeah, exactly, Derek. But so to circle back to your question, who do you think AD will be dealt to? So I mean, the Lakers are obviously, I would think, the favorite, but I'm a Celtics fan. I do think the Celtics have the best package to offer, and if the Pelicans were smart, they wouldn't trade AD in the next week or however long until the deadline, and they would wait until the offseason when all their offers really are on the table, and they can see where all these potential picks are going to line up. Because if the Kings pick somehow hits the lottery and gets the first over, a top 3 pick, and they can get like Jason Tatum, a top 3 pick, and Jaylen Brown, like that's the deal they should make. Or if the Knicks get first overall and they can get Zion, that changes the equation versus if they do it now with the Lakers and then they're picking 4th. You know what I mean? But just with all the interest that AD so clearly has in the Lakers, and vice versa, I would think that the Lakers have got to be the favorite right now.
But let me ask you, Ryan, what do you think of Frank Isola and his idea of, it's going to be KD, Kyrie, and Zion to the Knicks?
I mean, it's possible, I guess, right?
I don't know. I mean, I don't follow basketball enough to offer a good opinion.
Here, pop up. You got glider? No. If you have 2, then yeah.
Oh no, I only had 1.
Okay, then yeah. Take them. Take it. I mean, that's definitely a plan. I'd be surprised, but what is this?
I saw that floating on the timeline, and I got kind of, intrigued by that, but I don't know anything about basketball, so.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine it would happen. All right, so Javal asked, what's the most underrated Shrem song, and why is it Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and Shake It Fast?
Because it's bedtime stories.
Oh, wow. I do like bedtime stories. I think a lot of Shrem 3 got underrated because the album kind of came and went in like public eye. But especially the first section of it, that was like the Ray Shremmer section, like that's just like 9 bangers pretty much.
There's not a song that I would skip on that thing.
Yeah. And then Sway's is like probably 6 out of 9. Nice. And then Jimmy's got like 3 or 4 good songs. Like that's not, like, for a 27 track album, like obviously 3-part album, but it's all on one thing. Like it was really good.
And especially when you're splitting it up for these guys, because they've not ever done their full-blown like solo thing before. I mean, Sway's been a featured guy on his own, Jimmy not as much, but I mean, them really experimenting with that and getting like an equal amount to what they're doing together, like I don't know, man. Like I thought it was really good.
Yeah. We gotta move. So that's the playing and talking. I don't pay attention to everything I should be, so gameplay lacks a little bit. But so if we're going just songs that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is the most underrated Ray Shremmerd song. The most underrated song that Ray Shremmerd has been on is Hands on Me, because that was the best song last year. There's people in Tilted that we're going to have to fight. They don't look very good. The best Ray Shremmerd song is Hands on Me. Or most underrated song that Ray Shremmerd's been on is Hands on Me. Nice. Up above. Ah. Nice.
Nice.
There we go. All right. I'm gonna
Teamwork
take
makes the freaking dream work.
facts. All right. I'm gonna take this, if you don't mind, because I'm still rocking that. Take this pump, and then come here. All right, so if we're doing most underrated Ray Shremmerd song over that they've been on, it's "Hands on Me" because that was the best song last year. That's one of the better songs I've probably ever heard in my life, and like 5 total people know about it, including you and me, Javal. All right, so and then Riley Almanac Draft. Riley, is it Almanac or Almanac? Answer that in chat. I've always been curious. But so,
oh man, sad.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Well, yeah, that's right. It's Riley Almin, but yeah. My question was how do you pronounce that?
Right.
And he asked, "What's the best Ray Shremmerd project?" So like one, 2. Let's split up the 3-sided album. So 1, 2, 3, Swaycation or Jimtro.
Ooh.
Do you need ammo in anything? I got a ton.
I could use AR ammo.
Right here.
Recency bias would make me say Shrem like 3, but I wouldn't say either of. I mean, like you said, I wouldn't say either of the solo projects because they just didn't like hit it enough. As Shrem like 3 went 9 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
You could argue 1. You could argue all 3 of them. But I'm going 3.
Okay.
I'm going 3.
Do you have heavy ammo?
Yeah, I've got some.
All right, sweet.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Got
I figured you picked they must have found a llama or something because they had a bunch of campfires and a ton of ammo and a decent amount of mats. They were just like burning through them. Ryan, what's up, pal? Yeah, 11-on-11 revival for sure. Let's hop in this plane. There's people. Yeah, let's hop in this plane, and then we can get high ground on these guys, and then turn around and fight them. You see these guys up on the mountain? Actually, let's just go storm. They're in the circle. It's not, or they're in the storm. Let's go circle. They're in the storm. It's not worth it.
Gotcha.
So I think my answer is Stremlike 2, because Black Beatles was a monster. Swang is probably the best song they've ever made.
Right.
And then you got like Start the Party is one of the best intros of all time. And then you've got Just Like Us, which is super underrated. That's like another contender for most underrated Ray song. And then
I'm so far out of sight.
Correct. Even like Yoga, or what was that? What was that song with Juicy J?
Yoga, getting shot at.
Yeah, in front of us. You see him? We're gonna jump out. We're gonna jump out now. Oh, chat. Oh, God. Oh, God. Yes, Aaron. All my girls do yoga. All my girls do yoga. A. Where'd you go, Zach?
I was picking up a shield I saw.
No, Javal. Not F. That's a pog. Can you carry a rift again?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna drop it off this side, off towards you, on the mountain. Come up to the mountain. Oh, I just fell, dummy.
1 second. There's a purple assault rifle if you want it down here.
No, I'm good.
All right, come up to you.
It's yeah, it's on the mountain, but it's like down at the base of the mountain. What are you carrying for shields too?
I've got a slurp.
Oh no, that's you. Okay.
That's me.
Did you get the rift? No, it's right here.
Not yet. I gotta come back down.
Oh Jesus, you popped a ton. Okay. Man's turning around like he's on 1 sensitivity. Chill, Aaron. Chill. All right, let's see. People died around us.
Yeah, there was some down there that I went and grabbed.
Yeah. so many suppressed scars. Alright, I'm gonna drop down. There's a hand cannon down there I'm gonna go down and get, and then I'll just circle back. As long as we don't get pushed. Real chill, straight gas as well. Correct, Riley. Oh, to our right, to our right. Real chill. He said real chill is straight gas as well. They just rifted. They did not want to fight that. Alright, Javal's got another question in here. Are you going to turn into a Cowboys fan when we all move to Texas? I will not. I don't know about you.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog.
Alright. And then, Zach, you said Debo is more a possession wide receiver that we don't need. What do we need? A slot tight end like Fenton, Caden Smith, or a contested catch guy like Arcega-Whiteside?
Oh, that's a good question, and I want to know who it's from.
Javal.
Hey, Javal.
Javal's the MVP right now.
Javal's always the MVP. Come on.
Correct. Especially right now, though. I would drop down because it's not. I mean, it's kind of sturdy. It's not super sturdy though, so just be careful up there.
I'm already down. So I think Debo's a possession guy with the potential to be more. He came in pretty lengthy. I mean, he's got good plus size arms for a guy that came in sub 6. He's a guy I actually am confident can play X, Y, and Z. He's best suited to be a possession guy.
There's fights 15 and a supply drop in front of us that I'm going to grab.
Heard that. I think he can actually win some contested catch battles, but he's not like that, plus size frame as a whole to be able to consistently win them at the NFL level, like just enough to get by.
Mm-hmm.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside is obviously a guy.
All right, I'm gonna pop this and then let's hit your rift and go where I just sniped that guy. After let me finish this. All right, go.
All right, point it where.
Over here. They launch padded. I'm following him.
Joel, I might have to answer your question more later.
He just died to the storm. He died to the storm. We're good.
Alright, heard.
I didn't get my snipe kill though. That's sad.
I think JJ's a fit. I think. Let's see. I'm just going back for some of that stuff.
No. The storm. No, turn around. The storm's gonna start taking hard. Yeah, you're dead.
You're dead. I'm good. I got this, homeboy.
No, it's about to start. It's about to start taking for 5. You're dead, my guy.
It's cool. It's cool because I got a slurp.
I mean, told you.
I'm dead, my guy.
I told you.
But it's cool because I'm close enough.
Yeah, but I got people on me now.
Well, this gives me more time.
What was that?
I think DeMarcus Lodge. I think Hakeem Butler, Kelvin Harmon. Those are the type of fits. Tight end as well is obviously going to be really important, but we've seen it's been what 5 years in a row that we've said the Jags should draft a tight end, and the earliest they've done it was Ben Koyak, which happened in the 6th round, pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that they don't have that type of value in it, whether ASJ is here or not. I'm expecting O'Shaughnessy to get re-signed. He fits their number 2 role really well when he's healthy. He was rated, I believe, as the 2nd best inline blocker among qualifying tight ends in the NFL last year by PFF. I read that today. So I'm sure they're going to give him a nice size, like a nice smaller, contract, but one that definitely, one that won't hurt the team too much, but at the same time, it's a good payday for him. I'd love to see him land a guy like TJ Hawkinson or Noah Fant or even a pure receiver type like Dawson Knox or get an Irv Smith Jr. Like there's a ton of tight ends in this class. But don't be surprised when they walk away with a guy like Foster Moreau.
I'm just going to cut you off real quick. Everyone left in that game was so bad, and we should have won that, and we both choked it.
It's my fault.
No, I played real terrible there too.
It's my fault for going and getting that stuff. I got cocky. I was
trying to figure out if you were gonna die in there or not, and I ran like straight into people, and then I got hit by a trap, and then I couldn't get my minis off, and then I couldn't edit, and then they shot me.
I was literally like 2 steps off, like from making it.
All right, let's see. Zach wants J-Jaw on his podcast, which means he wants him to replace Chark. Zach,
dude, I want everyone on my podcast, man. Like, I've got Dalton Reisner in my DMs right now. I'm trying to work on that.
Say hi. Say hi, Maya. So we went over Super Bowl a little bit, but Zach, do you want to recap your Super Bowl pick real quick?
I'm going Pats because I've been taught in the past that you never bet against them, but
there it
damn it, do I hope that's not the case.
And then, so guys, real quick, if you're in the chat but you're not following me, as my gorgeous daughter right here is up here loving me. Hi, Maya. So if you guys are in the chat but you're not following me, go ahead and click that follow button. We're creeping up on 50 followers, and at 50, I get to become a Twitch. I get to apply to be a Twitch affiliate, which opens up a whole bunch of stuff for the stream. If you guys don't have a Twitch account, go ahead and create one real quick. All you need is an email. It's completely free. Twitch is a great platform. You can follow me, follow other streamers that you like, any games that you like. If you're a Fortnite fan, Madden fan, Twitch has something for everyone. If you're not following me on Twitter, go ahead and follow me at Ryan_Kieran. I think I'm 1 follower away from 900, finally. And Zach is at Zach_Goodall on Twitter. So I appreciate all you guys for hanging out. We're about halfway through. We got another hour to go. We just came real close to a win. We really should have gotten it, and we'll hopefully pick one up now moving forward. JC Strickland 89 asked, how much does Chromatose suck is the real question. Do you know what that's asking?
I have no clue what that's asking.
Okay, I didn't know if that was a reference. JC, I apologize if I'm dumb or if I'm not picking up on what you asked. Can you ask that again? Or explain it a little bit. Aaron says, Maya Pog. I agree. Ryan says, that's the one regarding your picks. Let's go. Agree, Ryan. There's a marshmallow outfit in the shop. You see this?
I'm looking at it. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's kind of badass.
Chat, do I fuck with this dance? It's apparently Reddit Jaguars stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I only go on Reddit Jaguars to literally post my links and up the clicks.
Yeah, JC, Javal, Brookboy4, who just responded, you guys can definitely have a conversation with that in chat. I'm sure he'd love to talk about that. I know he's a big Reddit guy. So, chat, I need quick answers. Do I like this dance or do I not like this dance? I think I like this dance. Javal says, nah, I don't know, Javal. I don't know. We'll come back to it. I'll hop in a game and think on it. This one's pretty whack. I think I'm gonna get it. I did, Aaron. I did, Aaron. Get this cat flip out. And then we gotta get the day one back in the day one spot. Javal said running man is the best. Javal twist, and then backstroke, I think, are my 2 favorite dances that they put in the game. So strong. This is my wheel. Rip. Let's see. So, Zach. Oh, Zach's gone. There he is.
No, I'm here.
A Star is Born.
Top 5 movies ever, and it's not 5. And maybe not 4, and maybe not 3.
Possibly not 2 as well. It's so good.
Possibly not 2.
It's so good. It's so good. So a little backstory, chat. I went and saw A Star is Born by myself at 10 in the morning on the day that it came out. I watched it in the theater, obviously. I made it to the last 10 minutes without crying. And then the last scene went through, and I died with a, like, 85-year-old grandma with her... either her son or daughter. It was like a grandma, husband, wife, and their kids were all next to me, and I started blubbering like a little baby in the last 10 minutes, and it was fantastic, and I love it, and Zach just saw it recently and is well on the same page.
I've seen it now twice, and I'm going to see it a third time. My girlfriend's parents bought it, and we watched it with them. My family wants to see it. I'm going to watch it with them. So I've never cried at a movie before, which is weird because I'm not necessarily like a tough guy. Like, I'm relatively sensitive about some kind of stuff. Never cried at a movie before. And I didn't cry at A Star is Born until, I swear to God, like, the final 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It was that good.
So
like,
I don't want to spoil anything if people haven't seen it, but
yeah.
I'm just I want to ask.
Yeah, we're not.
I think I can ask a question without spoiling it. Was it when it broke you? Was it when they cut to him on piano?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so.
That's exactly what happened.
Yep. Yeah, I lost it a little bit before then, but I was like regrouping myself, and then that like I re-lost it there.
I was just like a pure glass case of emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
It's so good. So I only have a scoped AR and a hunting rifle right now. So basically what I'm saying is we're gonna win the game, but
that's what I like to hear.
I have people pushing up on me, or ish, electrical thing, or not. Okay.
All right.
There's fights in front of us. I still need a shotgun before we do anything.
I've got a green tack if you want it, but I will need to come find you.
Yeah, I would very much like that. I'm pretty close. I can get to you. Stay where you are.
Alright, I dropped it in here.
Perfect. Alright, let's go. Do you have an AR? An extra one?
I've got a gold suppressed.
Anything? An extra one then? No? Okay.
Nah, I've got that.
Sorry, I got a P90. I can use that for now. There's people in the grocery store, I believe. No, maybe not. Alright, but there's definitely people over at retail side. Keep pushing over here. Yanked that. Oh no, I got him. Okay, good. Oh man. I didn't get that last shot off. Should have switched to the P90. All right, you either break when they cut to the piano or when the dog lays in front of the garage. Correct. That was the one that did me in originally as well, Riley. When does Thursday become an unacceptable time to drink? Probably when you die. Zach, when you move to Orlando, are we getting wasted in my clout goggles and posting it on Instagram, Javal?
I'll be replacing that chick who was helping make sure you were alive while you were throwing up into
not dying.
the toilet. I was curious if anyone realized that I made that edit on that picture, and it definitely wasn't like Javal posted that. Like that was my meme.
I didn't
really
realize that.
Yeah, I'm very proud of that.
This dog is fire. Ready? Watch this dog that I'm about to equip.
Oh my god, that thing is sick. I still love this little hamster though.
Yeah, the hamster's great.
Little dude. He's baby La Flame.
Oh yeah, Demetrius earlier in the night was roasting you for your Fortnite name.
Yeah, I know. He didn't add me back when I originally made this because of my name.
It's ice, not fire. Wow.
Okay, yeah, whatever.
Can we get some F's in the chat for Aaron's joke, please? Thank you, Javal. Thank you, Riley. Alright, I'm gonna bump the stream real quick. I should have done that like 20 minutes ago. So let's do a later drop.
Where you want to go?
All right, yeah, let's let's just go on to like Junk Junction, I guess. Yeah, hopefully some people are coming here because that's the challenge, is to get kills here or retail. Shake It by Metro Station, banger or no? Absolute banger.
I don't know what a metro station is.
Yes, you do. It's I'm not gonna sing it on the chat, on the stream, but yes, you do. I promise you know what it is. I'm gonna die. I don't have a gun. I have a gun now.
Please sing it. There's someone on me somewhere.
Yeah. I know you have a gun.
Whatever, I hit 90 on him.
Yikes. Alright, I don't have mats, I'm dead. That's fine, I got kills. This song, Zach. F!
Oh, yeah. Of course I know this, yeah.
Yeah. Banger or no? What? I'm with you, Javal. Banger. It's not as good as Misery Business, because Misery Business is just an absolute heater. But it is a banger. Mavs actually making the playoffs next season. I mean, yeah, probably. Kristaps and Luka. All right, so Zachary,
Yes, sir.
here's my question for you. The Jaguars take out quarterback. What is your plan of attack for the Jaguars offseason? So, assume quarterback gets handled at 7th overall. You don't have to try and predict trades and stuff. So what would your general plan of attack be for the rest of the offseason? Whether it's like positions you would target, specific guys you would target in both free agency, draft, trading, whatever.
So I can say that I still want to cut certain people to clear cap to make those moves, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Just like five key off-season things that it is. Whether that's like a position you need to address, a player you want, a player you don't want, like whatever. Just like a 5-step plan for the Jaguars off-season. Ignoring QB.
I'm getting in the green no matter what, and they're close. They're within like $2 million of the green right now, but obviously that's something they have to handle.
Mm-hmm.
So
you can mark your spot.
You get out of Malik's deal. Let's see, where do I want to go? Let's go Salty.
All
right. You get out of Malik's deal. You probably get out of Parnell's. Guys like that. I mean, you can realistically get into the 30 to 40 range pretty easily. You get out of Blake's deal as best you can. My biggest positions of need are offensive skill. I think each offensive skill position needs some form of something added to it. Right guard is also something that they need to address. That was their weak link. So naturally, by the end of the season, their only healthy player was their freaking right guard.
Yep.
And a guy I really like there is Chris Lindstrom out of Austin College.
Yep. Yeah, we were talking about him as a strong Senior Bowl earlier.
Yeah. Then you want to add a receiver. I think that day 2 range, like second to third round, is really where you're going to start seeing them go. And there's so many big-bodied guys that can win contested catches, and that's exactly what the Jaguars need to add. So it's the perfect time for them to do that. Tight end. You definitely want to see them add a tight end at some point.
Yep.
I would look to add a running back. I mean, they have to replace TJ Yeldon, but I almost don't want Leonard Fournette to be comfortable. Like, you need to push him, and if he falls apart, then you've got it made pretty easily to get out of his deal at this point because you guarantees.
Yep.
So you push to get everything out of him, and if he's just not doing it, then he's a lost cause at that point. That's just how it's gonna roll. In free agency, once you have that money together, I mean, like...
Are you kidding me?
I don't know. I almost want to go Madden on you, but I'm not going to do that.
No, go for it. Your plan.
Dude, like... I'm getting rid of Fournette now, and I'm trying to get Le'Veon Bell. Why spend that type of money on Nick Foles that you want to put together when you can get Le'Veon Bell as like the best two-way running back that we've seen in a long time?
Yeah, for sure.
Or three-way in a sense, really, because he's a great pass blocker. I mean, you're getting your lead guy and replacing TJ Yeldon all in one, and probably landing like the best receiver on your roster at this point.
Yep.
So call me crazy, but what the heck? There was someone sitting below.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them do that. They'll never ever do that, I don't think. But
not a match. No! I almost had that. No. That would have. I almost had that. I missed my shot.
You fix QB, obviously, like you said. That's not part of it. You get in the green to where you're comfortable enough to pay someone. I realistically would like to say you get in the green well enough where you can trim enough fat. You might be cutting it a bit, but you trim enough to where you can pay someone, and you re-sign any one of Jalen or Yannick, whoever you prioritize. I'd probably do Jalen just because, I mean, it's Jalen.
Yep.
But either one, and I mean, they're both going to be really expensive, and the Jags are supposed to be a lot better off in the cap in 2020. Like, they're supposed to see substantial growth by that point, to where I think it's probably fine to do Jalen now, Yannick later, kind of backload Jalen's deal. Let's see. You restructure Calais. Because he's open to that. You give him an extension, he's open to it. And you try it with Darius too. Just the most efficient way to trim your fat, get in the green, pay at least one of your guys, and then find one free agent. And this draft is really good on the offensive side of the ball. Really, it's well distributed to where they can adjust their needs at the most important, at their most important needs at the best times to do it. So as long as they get the quarterback at 7, in which case they're not paying him Nick Foles money, I think they have a ton of options to go about what they need to do. But yeah, this is me being the GM, and anything I say they should do, they typically don't. So, and we've seen how that's worked out.
So I know that you think that with, if say Haskins comes in and he's the guy next year, like you feel that they have like at least one more season in this window if they can figure out the quarterback situation, right?
And I don't even think that they're necessarily in a window to where next year they'd win the Super Bowl with Haskins. But I think they're in a position to where, I don't see 5-11 being a repeat or anything close to it, quite frankly, as long as they get the right QB, because you look at their injury luck last year and it was just miserable. And they do have that talent to at least have a winning record. I don't know if I see any team going to the Super Bowl with a rookie QB. It's just, how often does that happen? Wait, where are we dropping?
Yeah, I switched it. It's fine. Let's go shifty. Tried to switch last second. It was too late.
I heard. But they've got the talent on defense to where I do think they have that 1 year, and then you just got to keep hitting on your replacements. You have to pray that Taven Bryan pick comes back looking smart, because
it's not
he
right
is
now.
The heir to Malik Jackson. Yeah, it's not right now, but at the same time, I am optimistic that he can be a really good 3-tech.
Yeah, he was always like kind of a raw guy anyway. So like,
yeah,
he just looked excessively bad last season.
I do think he's got that. I think he looked a lot better though when he moved to 3-tech. Like at 5-tech, he was a lost cause. Like, give up on him type of cause.
Yeah.
But that's not where he played. He told me when I was at his pro day, like, listen, man, I've only ever played 3-tech.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I know what to talk about because it's the only thing I played. It's the only thing I was ever taught. But you gotta hope he pans out, because it's looking like Ronnie Harrison's gonna have been a good pick. So you've got two expensive guys. Like, Church's and Jackson's combined cap hits in 2019 were $21 million. So you replace those two guys with 2 rookie deals, like one at $129, which is already really one of the cheapest first rounders you can get, and a 3rd-round pick, and you're looking great. You find a way to keep Jalen and Yannick here, and suddenly, like, that's, as long as those 2 guys hit, you've got 4 centerpieces to your defense that are going to be here for a very long time.
Yeah, for sure. And again, that's all pretty reliant on Taven Bryan working out.
Yeah, you have to have hit on that, and I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see.
Obviously, goes without saying that if Haskins is your guy, you can't be missing on Haskins if that situation's going to work out.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Everything they do has to be a hit.
Yeah.
The thing is that I do believe they're in a position to where they can land several guys that I believe in that would hit at this point. In which case, you do have the talent to turn this thing around well, as long as you have to kill this offseason. Anything short of it, and they're going back to the 2009 to 2016 thing that happened before, and you totally clean house and try again.
And now, so everything we've talked about pretty much has been under the assumption that they're figuring out a way to take a quarterback with their 1st-round pick, whether they trade up or not. If they don't go quarterback in round 1, what is the move in your opinion? Whether it's trade up or stay at 7.
If they don't go quarterback in round 1 and they didn't sign Nick Foles, get rid of this team forever, dude. Because, like, what is your plan? And that's what is your plan? Are you tanking for 2020 and just totally throwing away this defense? I guess. I try and trade back as best I can. I'm not saying like significantly, but trade back into the high to mid-teens, get some value, and go best offensive player available. I mean, at that point, it's going to probably be a Noah Fant, TJ Hawkinson guy at tight end. So you've nailed your tight end position for the first time in like franchise history.
Yeah.
A guy like Dalton Reisner on the offensive line, incredibly versatile, incredibly durable, which is going to be really important to them after what happened on offensive line this year.
I've got P90 up here for you.
I heard that. There's also a chest in here somewhere. I'm trying to find one second. Let's see, where's it?
Aaron said Will Greer.
God, Aaron, no.
But so okay, so I think we agree that if they don't go quarterback, I still haven't seen the quarterbacks in this class. I don't usually start draft stuff until my season's over, which doesn't usually happen until February. But so I haven't started draft stuff yet. So I don't have like firm takes on the quarterbacks. But if like I don't know, I don't see this class just from like live viewing so far as something similar to last year's, where it's like four guys that were really good and one guy that the NFL loved for some reason. Like I don't really see that. So in the situation that either they miss out on quarterback because the Giants trade up for Haskins and they're just out completely on Murray and Locke and whoever, like whatever reason they don't take the quarterback and they're at 7. Who do you want there?
At 7?
Yeah.
Or am I allowed to trade back?
So like what's your first round target there? So trade back, I would assume, and then what?
I probably go offensive line.
Okay. So like a Jonah Williams or Cody Ford.
I'd prefer Cody Ford. I'd try and shore up the right side because I'm not a fan of moving guys, and I like Cam Robinson. You got to hope that he's healthy.
For what it's worth, Jonah Williams played his freshman year at right tackle when Cam Robinson was still there as their left tackle too. So he does have some experience on the right side.
But I'm more comfortable with him at this point with a lot more experience at left. Whereas I think that if you do find a way to trade back, Dalton Reisner is a guy that has played every position from center to right tackle and in between. So center, right guard, right tackle. You can plug and play him there. You can move Linder back to guard. You can and put him at center. You could plug Reisner in at right guard. You could have Jeremy Parnell's replacement at right tackle. And that in and of itself is a way to save cap because at the end of the day, the Jaguars have devoted so much money to their trenches, offensive and defensive line, to where having a young talent like Reisner, where I think his range is going to be in the teens at this point, would be excellent in terms of being able to save that money. If they can't land a quarterback, then I'm not spending any money on something that isn't team-related like Ramsey and Yanni to try and get these cornerstones in. If it's the absolute luck of the draw, they can't do it, then you hope that you can, keep enough guys here and some talent here in 2020 and land one of those guys, which I don't want to look forward to, but I mean, you're right. If that's what they have to do, then that's what they have to do. And you just try and keep finding your replacements where you put your money for the past couple of years.
I just got sniped and then beamed from the side. You can probably get me. They're all down there. Oh, you just went down. I'm up here.
Oh, are you back up?
Yeah.
Are you back up?
Yeah. There's people all. There's like 2 or 3 teams.
And I'm getting hit from behind.
Yeah, there's another team coming from your left. Yeah.
And I got them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was unfortunate.
But yeah, I think Reisner, I think Ford. If you trade back far enough and just get like a king's ransom, Chris Lindstrom. I think offensive line, because that's becoming such an expensive position. As a whole in this NFL.
Outside of probably defense, I guess it's sort of slipping. Especially at tackle, I would say it's really like one of the 5 most expensive positions still. So that if you can get rookie value, like solid, good rookie value, that's definitely huge. It allows you to do a lot of things with your team.
Yeah, exactly. And while you'd love to add a playmaker like Hawkinson, like a DK Metcalf if he's healthy and stuff, I think you get cheaper. so you can pay your guys, maintain as much talent as you can. If this is just the worst case scenario, and you go after a guy next year, whether it be Tua, Jake Fromm, or whoever. I don't even want to think about who the quarterbacks are.
Yeah, you want to be going into next year looking at Dwayne Haskins and seeing what he can do as a rookie.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I asked this to Trevor too. Right now, and it's early, and I know you've had a especially large focus on the quarterbacks this class because Jaguars. But right now, if you had just a generic team, say you had like a Madden team that you just created full of like 75 to 80 straight across the board. So like you have no significant weaknesses, no significant strengths. Ignore like positional importance. Just like your pick is up. You say like I need this guy on my team. Just one guy that like pound the table guy. Who is that for you right now?
You say just anywhere, like in the draft as a whole?
Yeah, just anywhere. So it doesn't have to be like the most talented. It doesn't have to be Nick Bosa, Dwayne Haskins, etc. It can just one guy that you say I need him on my team when this draft is over.
Man.
Let's go lonely. The challenge to do.
I mean, personally, I think I'm going Chris Lindstrom, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my draft crush at this point. I know that's not the most flashy name that you could provide for that type of question, and I totally get that. But like I was just saying before, with the money that's going into the offensive line these days and the importance of it at this point, and I think as much as you need tackles, I think you really need to build your interior with this NFL. And I think Lindstrom is a surefire 10-year starter at right guard in this NFL. Okay. And that's great. If you can get that out of a guy, if you can guarantee that out of a guard that you're getting, injuries put aside, like you take that like 10 times out of 10, you're never looking back. He's a guy that's going to go probably in. I mean, I had him originally as a guy that I wanted them to try and land at 38. I think he's going in the 20s now.
Really? Okay.
Unless the NFL doesn't agree with me at this point and they're not valuing guards like I do, maybe he'll slide a bit more. Will Hernandez slid a bit last year, and that kind of shocked me. But I don't know. I'm going to pound the table for Lindstrom this year. I think he's. I think because I mean Boston College was definitely not the best team when it came to passing the football, so he didn't really need to show a ton there. But he showed he was athletic enough to mirror guys well. I mean the dude's just a fantastic run blocker as a down blocker coming across the middle of the line and just moving people. He's great with that. He's quick and athletic enough to get to the second level on combo blocks. I mean, with Reisner, who I was talking about earlier, they had this chemistry that was just absolutely perfect at combo blocks. Like, you wouldn't expect that out of a guy that two guys that have never played with each other before and had to build that in a 3-day span in practice. But that also, I mean, that goes to show how far along he is mentally and as a team guy as well. And these are the things that people kind of overlook when they're evaluating prospects, is where they're at mentally, where they're at as a teammate. And I think he proved a lot to people that are watching offensive lines in depth. I think he made himself a lot of money in Mobile, and he's a guy that, I mean, I'm not saying he's Quentin Nelson, because that's just absurd for people to compare people to Quentin Nelson, but I think he is a sure thing.
And so, where's Reisner's value at right now? Like, is it possible that a team, so say a potential trade back scenario, they could come out of the first 2 rounds with both of them, potentially?
Ooh, so heading into Mobile, I think they were both viewed as second-round guys, early second-rounders, but still seconds nonetheless. And I think they both put themselves in first-round conversation at this point. Like I said, it depends on where people value them at. If people value Reisner as more of a project right tackle that they want to work with because they're not so sure on his length, then he might drop a bit. If they view him as a right guard, despite not having a ton of experience, they might drop him a bit. But if they view him in terms of just looking at him and saying, this dude's an offensive lineman that I'm confident I can turn into whatever I want him to be, then I'm confident he's going to go first as well. But I mean, Jacksonville traded back into the teens, 20s, and held on to 38 as well, and both of them were there at their available picks, and they walked out with both of those guys. Like, I'd be freaking dancing in the streets, man. Like,
yeah, for sure.
I'm confident in those two as a tandem if a team was lucky enough.
And when you're talking offensive line, like, there's almost no better compliment for an offensive lineman than saying you can just plug them in and forget about them for 10 years.
Exactly, and I think they're both capable.
So we got a couple questions here. Over, under... Hang on, I'm hitting this tree and then I'll get the perfect terminology. Over, under, first week, Drew Lock is starting in Jacksonville. 3.5. You taking the over or the under?
Oh, God.
That was from Ryan, by the way.
Ryan, please. Ryan and I both do not like Drew Lock. I'm confident that I don't have to like Drew Lock because I've got Ryan backing me up there. Because Ryan's a smart guy.
Ryan is a smart guy.
God, no. I have a very good gut feeling that
Ryan just said that
like
small-handed coward.
Yeah, I mean, he's got Brandon Allen hands. I wonder if he massaged him when he was heading to the Senior Bowl. I've got a good gut feeling they don't have any interest.
That's good. Aaron asked, how would Zach feel about Fitzmagic as a bridge?
How much money is he asking for? Is the question? Because I mean, like he held out from after when he.
Let's say 10 million. I was gonna say let's say 10 million. That feels like a ballpark for Fitz.
I mean, I'm willing to put that money onto Tyrod.
Come up where the planes are. We can grab one.
I'm close to comfortable putting that money into Josh McCown. I'd probably give McCown 7 to 8.
So out of all right, I'm gonna give you 4 veteran QBs. I'm gonna give you 5 veteran QBs, and I want you to hit me with the order of interest that you have in them. All right.
All right, heard.
So Nick Foles, Josh McCown, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Tyrod Taylor, Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
All right, Tyrod, McCown, Foles, and who was the last one?
Tyrod, McCown, Foles, Fitzpatrick, and Bradford. So Bradford's last. So that 4. Bradford was the one I added as 5th, just to get an even number in there too. So I figured he would be last.
Now, is this in a vacuum where I don't have to account for their money, or?
No, including money. So let's say I'll give you their prices. So Foles is gonna be like 20 million. Fitzpatrick and McCown will say 10 million. Tyrod will say like 7. Oh, Flacco. Flacco's actually that's a better one. Thank you, Aaron. Take Bradford out. Do Flacco.
Flacco and Bradford do nothing for me. They both go 5.
Okay. You see the people in retail? Do you want to fight it or do you want to keep flying? It's your call.
You can keep flying.
All right.
Fitzpatrick 4.
Okay.
Because we saw him in like 2-3 game spurts where he was fun, and then we saw him come back to earth, and we've seen that for like his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. Full
we're gonna have to fight these guys.
All
we're not gonna be able to drive away. They'll blow us up first. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh, I got dookied on.
I hit him before. So all right.
Destroyer 420 TTV has donated $100. Thanks, homie. Wow.
Wait, what?
Yeah. All right.
You just got donated $100?
Yeah, I didn't even know I could take donations yet. All right.
Oh, sweet.
All right. Shouts to you.
Yeah. That's what's
Thanks,
up,
homie.
man. Thanks for supporting Ryan's brand. There we go. I want to find out who that was.
He had 6 kills. He's the guy that killed me. I don't feel as bad now. Aaron thinks it's fake. That would make more sense. Aaron, I'm going to go ahead and go anyway. Thanks for the donation, homie. I can't take donations yet, but thanks. Continue, though. So we had Fitzpatrick 4. I didn't hear the top 3. So Tyrod,
right, so
Foles, and McCown.
From 5 to 1, I'm going Flacco, Fitzpatrick, Foles, McCown, Tyrod. I still believe in Tyrod as a fit to what they want to do, if they stick with what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
And in that situation, he's the cheapest. McCown, I mean, I heard, I guess I shouldn't be dropping this, but I heard little rumors coming around that there was potential interest in McCown as a coach in New York. And he didn't end up taking it. They ended up giving the QB coach and offensive coordinator position to Law Gaines.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that tells you how confident they are in him mentoring a guy like Sam Darnold. So
yeah,
you bring him in. He's a serviceable guy who's got a lot of he's got experience with DiFilippo. He played some of his best football at the age of 36 before getting hurt with DiFilippo. Have him mentoring a guy also on the cheap. Foles is like that middle ground because he's expensive, but he's probably the best true quarterback of the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzpatrick is like, he gives you a couple games of brilliance, but he's probably going to be expensive because he's shown in the past that he wants a lot of money, and then he starts to falter, and then Flacco does nothing for me.
Let's say that's fair rank. I think I might have Fitzpatrick a little higher than you do, just because I think that his ability to just take stupid shot why Nick Foles worked is because he was sitting there just kind of, he wasn't, even though he was a backup, he wasn't afraid to take risks. And I think that that's something that you see out of Ryan Fitzpatrick too, and it's obviously to a detriment, but if you're just looking for a 1 year trying to capture magic, that's how you find it, versus someone like, I mean, Josh McCown does. I think I would have Tyrod, as much as I love him, 4th of those like main 4. I agree with you that Flacco does nothing for me. But if I'm looking for like a 1 year bridge quarterback that I'm just trying to capture a little magic with, I would take the guys who are going to be taking risks. And that is, I mean, Foles, McCown, and Fitzpatrick all have that in their resume where Tyrod just doesn't.
Yeah, and that's definitely fair. I get that too.
Let's go to the new place. I like the new place. Let's see. How does the team, this Javal asked this earlier, circle back. Actually, real quick, guys, if you're in the chat and you're not following me, go ahead and hit that follow button in the top right corner. We're creeping towards 50. My goal is to hit 50 by the end of next week. And once we're at 50, we can, I'll be a Twitch affiliate, which opens up things like donations, which we just had that fake one in there bamboozle me when I was just looking over real quick. But so if you aren't following, go ahead and hit that follow button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys all for hanging out. We got about 20-ish minutes left with Zach over here for the night, and then we'll be back next Tuesday. But yeah, so Javal asks, how does the team feel about Will Richardson? I wasn't paying attention. I was reading the chat. I'm dead.
I truly believe Will Richardson, the plan with him was he was never going to play.
Where is this man? Oh, he's up top.
There truly was a belief that he had there was a learning curve there, that they needed to just have him, kind of sit and learn.
Yep.
And once the injuries started piling up, everyone thought, okay, he's going to get in and play, and they looked at that option, and then he had a very small injury of his own, and what do you know, the dude got put on IR. So that kind of solidified that thinking for me, because I guess people don't really get this, but you can totally practice when you're on IR. Josh Wells was doing that. Josh Wells was doing that when he was on IR. Granted, I don't know how there's someone coming at me. They just hit me with a boogie.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, blow this thing up.
I'm coming. Oh, I'm getting shot at from behind. how'd that not hit him?
Sorry,
I appreciate you, Riley. Yeah, I did too. There's a fish in the middle of the field. Oh, you just destroyed it. There's a fish in the middle of the field. That should be pretty weak. That's him.
Whatever, man. I have no idea what this place is. I've never been to this spot before.
Yeah, it's new. It just with the update yesterday. Continue on Richardson though, for now. Oh nope, there he is. To your right. To your right. Behind you now. Yep, right there.
Damn.
Sorry.
So they took advantage of that. They were able to keep him practicing, keep him learning exactly, you know, what they wanted out, what they eventually wanted out of him as the heir to Jeremy Parnell. And I mean, Doug Marrone himself, being an offensive line coach, like I trust him when it comes to the position. If they were to go and say, hey, we're taking the best available offensive line in the situation you proposed earlier about quarterback being out of the picture and them missing out,
yep,
that wouldn't be bad. I mean, you take the best available guy there, and if Reisner comes in, he plays better at right tackle, then he's your right tackle, whereas Richardson was a fourth rounder. Whereas I feel like, you know, the fourth round pick isn't necessarily a throwaway, but I mean, you're comparing a first to a fourth. So I wouldn't be mad at it. But I do think there is a plan there with Richardson. I think he's more than just a body. Yeah, for sure. And then we got thoughts on Gase with Darnold. I mean, I don't trust Adam Gase with anything. I don't either. I mean, the whole thing in Miami, like, anytime something went bad, it just so happened to be a certain player's fault and they got chipped away. Yep. And then he comes back saying, like, oh, yeah, like whatever he said in his presser, like he held back from doing something which might have stopped them from, like, excuses, man, and I don't really like that out of a coach. I mean, I thought for Doug Marrone to take as much blame as he did was a bit unwarranted at some points because there were definitely pieces of blame he could take. I do think he wanted to maintain good relationships with everyone, though, because he knew he was going to be back next year. I think he knew he was going to be back like halfway through the season. But I think that there's a middle ground there, and Gase totally did not know how to find that. It was just for sure. Nothing was ever his fault. To be fair, Gase can get the Jets 6 to 8 wins, which would be great for New York. Yeah, so I was a big Adam Gase fan when the Dolphins hired him. Even beyond all the you know, calling out Jarvis Landry, calling out Jay Ajayi, like just everywhere, like that. You look at the Dolphins' offense. Let's go back, I guess. You look at the Dolphins' offense this year. Like they are like the epitome of like an average mediocre offense. Like they have a mediocre quarterback, they have a couple of solid to mediocre wide receivers, they have a young tight end, they have an okay line, they have a solid running back. Like they have an offense where Sean McVay type mind takes it from mediocre to pretty good. And Adam Gase is supposed to be like a quarterback whisperer, offensive guru, and he took like that mediocre okay offense and turned it into like a bottom 5 offense in football this year. Like when your side of the ball is significantly underperforming like that, like it's tough for me to give you like a pass. Like if they had an okay defense and it wasn't performing, then like okay, like I mean, Gase as the head coach needs to be able to figure something out, but like that happens. Like not everyone's a Bill Belichick where he can manage both sides of the ball. But when your own side of the ball is significantly underachieving like that, it's not good. I have no idea how to get down from here. I don't know what this place is. It's a big football stadium. It's a big football stadium that you just killed yourself at. Kinda like the bank. Oh wow. What's happening? I'm so laggy right now. I guess we got a question from Twitter.
Okay, send it.
Did Luka and Rudy Gobert get shafted for the All-Star game?
I mean, didn't Luka make it? I thought that was these guys. Why are they all stream snipers, chat? I mean, that man's got to be almost dead. Yeah, that was unfortunate. Can you convert numbers between base 2 and 8 and 10? Yes, Ryan, I can. What was the Twitter question? I was focused on not dying, and then I died anyway. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Did they announce like the full rosters? Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. Your mic's kind of messing up a little bit there.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, there you go. I mean, yeah, Luka. Go ahead.
Vooch got a nod.
Did he? Nice.
So you trade him now while his value's at its peak.
Yeah, Luka definitely got shafted. I don't think. Who's the other one he said?
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, I don't think Gobert did, but Luka definitely did. And then we look at the East, and we got Simmons, Beal, Middleton, Nick, and Griffin, and Lowry, and Oladipo, who obviously will be replaced. That's cool that they gave him the nod. Replace Marcus Smart. Replace him with Marcus Smart, I should say. I forgot about this chat. Now I'm happy that I have it. Alright, this is probably going to be our last game. We got about 10 minutes left on the stream, so I just want to shout out one more time. Zach_Goodall on Twitter. If you aren't following him, go follow him because he is the man, the homie, one of my close personal friends. Love Zachary. He does great work over with LockedOnJaguars. They're in a bit of a transition state now. They have a host currently who is now transitioning away, and they're bringing in a new one, but they've got a great team over there that's producing great content. Zach will be killing the draft all the way up over the next couple months. You can even come to him for a little smidgen of Jags rumors. He's just a great follow. Go ahead and follow him. He's on the road to 5,000 followers, so let's get him there by the draft.
I appreciate you, homie.
Zach, you want to take this chance? I should have given you. I'm still working on the fact that this isn't a podcast and like people come in and out, so I should have given you this chance earlier, and I apologize. And next time you come on, which will be a next time, I'll be better about it. But is there anything you're working on that you want to plug?
Just as much draft content as I can do. This is my bread and butter now at this point, covering the Jags. It's
yep, for
it's
sure.
Always about the draft. Where do you want to land? Okay, there we
let's go Viking. Yeah.
I'm working on a ton of draft stuff. More quarterbacks, but gonna start trying to, get full-blown reports out there for other position groups. Also cover the UCF Knights for Black and Gold Banneret, part of SB Nation.
Yep.
Gonna be doing some draft work on their guys, as well as like X's and O's stuff during the season. I've been doing with them. It's a really great site. They made a transition from actually their own. These guys ran their own, free blog for a while. Had some radio experience, but got a big bump from SB Nation, so a lot of fun working with them. Just grinding away to try and make that breakthrough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Follow
Javal,
the Twitter though. That's where you find everything.
Javal asks, "How do you think Wimbush will do next year?" Which, yikes!
I'd be shocked if he plays like at all.
Oh, so I forget who you guys have there that was backing up McKenzie this year, but you think he's gonna be the starter?
Yeah, I think it's going to be Mack, Daryl Mack. He came in, I think he played like just well enough to hold on to the job.
All the P90s.
Oh, are there more P90s?
I've found a P90 like every single game. I don't know why. It's insane.
I think Mac did a decent enough job. There's definitely potential there. I actually kind of view him as a light Tyree Jackson.
Okay.
I'm not even going to lie. He's got some real arm talent, but
I have a
some
mini for you
real
right
lower
here.
body mechanical issues coming through. I don't even know where you're at. Oh, you're
Right
up
here.
top.
Yep.
And I think they'll probably just ride out with him. They landed Dylan Gabriel. The man came from Mackenzie's high school, who Mackenzie personally recruited. But I think he'll redshirt.
Okay.
Since they have Wimbush there, but Wimbush is going to be the backup. I'm not confident.
Yeah, I mean, Wimbush isn't very good, so a backup role is probably suited for him.
Which works out. I mean, they've got a capable, seasoned body there to come and play as the backup to Mac, who has now, I think, 3 career starts in general. Is a bit of a raw talent, but a guy that I think that they're confident in as long as
And
he doesn't
what year is he entering?
He's entering redshirt sophomore year, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so he's pretty young.
Yeah, he's pretty young. But he's a guy that they like, a guy who's got some legit talent. Just gotta train him up a bit, They're not going to be the UCF team that they were these past 2 years, obviously.
Yeah.
And they may not even be when Mackenzie comes back, because that injury really was pretty catastrophic.
Yeah.
But
what is the timetable for him? Like he there's no way he's playing next year, right?
They're not ruling out that about him next year, but I think that's more of a, keep the fan base in it once that winning streak was ended, which they knew was coming against LSU.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be smart to play him.
No, in
my opinion.
No,
I really
no
don't
way.
think it would be.
I'm going down over here, just so you know.
All right. My prayers are definitely, up for him. Dude's a fantastic dude for the UCF community. Great player, obviously. I think he was going to get drafted day 2 if he didn't get hurt and came out this year. I'm not even going to lie. I think there was definitely that ability in a lackluster quarterback class, especially for him.
Yeah, he's definitely the type of guy that would be a riser, like Tyree. We're starting to see with Tyree Jackson a little bit.
Exactly, and he's a fun, good dude. But they've got their plan in place. There were rumors that Mac might have wanted to transfer, which you get when they're bringing in a guy like Wimbush, because that makes him think that his job isn't safe. But in reality, I'm like 99% sure that his job was always going to be safe. They just wanted a capable body in case Mac were to go down.
Yeah. Javal said he remembers he saw Mac on campus and nearly screamed.
Well, Javal, I saw the UCF stare kid on campus one time, and I did scream at him, telling him to stare me down. Dude's freaking hilarious.
Aaron, did you see that? They changed the anchor to brick. That's wild. That anchor that's down here used to give you like a ton of wood, and now it gives you a ton of brick. That's wild. Javal's seen the stare kid at the library like 3 times.
Has he stared him down though?
Have you stared him down?
No, has he stared Javal
down?
Yeah.
Has he stared you down, Javal?
Have you seen this kid before, Ryan?
No, I don't think so.
So if you look up UCF stare kid, there was one game, I'm pretty sure it was before the Pittsburgh game, because that's the game I went to. But camera just picked him up like by absolute chance, and he just stared at the camera like everyone's going crazy. It's in the bounce house, so like everyone's bouncing up and down. That's just how that stadium's built on those bleachers. Someone's shooting at us. From behind me. I'm trying to not get hit. But
I hear the shots, but I don't see. Oh, there they are. I see them.
There was just like an obsession with him because he would stare down the cameras and never break a smile whatsoever anytime they got him, and they like zoomed up on him. He became like one of UCF's icons.
Oh my god, I hate the ice sometimes. Got you. I hate the ice sometimes. I cannot aim.
I knocked one.
Yep, I'm coming. Oh, that flick of the wrist, though. Come up here. because there's a guy up top. All right, we're just holding this, and if we die, we'll jump in one more real quick.
Heard that.
And then there's this rift right here. We should probably just take it and get away. And then, here, take this. And then I have a campfire for you. And some minis. Alright, ready?
Yep.
Okay. Just go away from Polar Peak. Come over, like, this way. Might be people here. No. Alright, and then I have a campfire for you.
Is that you building?
Yeah, that was me. Alright, come here. Let's check this.
Also, do you have any shells?
Yeah, I got you. There's a blue pump here too you can take.
I got a yellow.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, dope. I hate the new campfire. You can't, like, run over it, which, like, makes sense that you can't run over fire, but it's super aggravating.
Right.
If Brady wins his 6th ring, will that make him Thanos? He's already Thanos. Can I get that last mini? I didn't realize that I got tagged up a little bit there.
Yeah.
People flying in. Oh, they're so bad. Oh my, it built to my right. Other one right there. He seems better. Hit that shotgun shot. You got this, Zach. You got this, Zachary. Let's go, Zach. Let's go.
Are you still alive?
Yeah, come get me. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Where you
One HP. Right here. Other side. Just break. There you go. All right, come here. Pog in the chat for Zach, please.
What does that mean?
That's when you do something good.
Okay. Let's see if they got you any health. Oh, there's a med kit right here.
Perfect. You need that. You need that, my guy. At 1 HP.
That I do.
We're getting shot at.
Oh,
I don't know where.
I got 2. So if
all
you
right,
need one,
split
take
it.
it.
Yeah, split it. Thank you.
Oh wait, where the fuck did I get 3 knocks from? Oh yeah, I knocked a dude earlier. That's right. I'm pumped. All right, good game.
Yeah, it's a good one to go out on. We were getting shot at from somewhere far away. I'm not sure exactly where. Oh, up on the mountain. That's where. Oh no, in front of us on the floor, on the ground. Follow me.
Hit him for 33. There's
Yeah,
one dude running.
there's people above him. There's people above him.
Yeah,
We should get on the ground and break those guys up top's angle. This isn't a great situation for us. I'm real good at powering myself right now.
I hear someone.
Yep.
Is that your top? I got knocked. And I'm out on a 3-kill.
No, there's people behind us too. Are you kidding me? No! His teammate was awful, so I expected him to be awful too, and he wasn't awful. Thanos never lost to Eli Manning and Nick Foles. Thanos is about to get his cheeks clapped by Captain Marvel, though. All right, I think that's going to wrap us up, Zach, here. We're a little past 8 o'clock. Thank you for hopping on, my guy. That was a ton of fun.
Yeah, man, you got it. I'll be back anytime you want me here.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely link up soon, especially as the draft gets closer. So, guys, one more time, go ahead and follow him on Twitter at Zach_Goodall. Follow me on Twitter at Ryan_Kieran. Follow the stream. I think all of you left are already following, but if you aren't, go ahead and hit that follow button in the top right corner. We are creeping towards 50. It was a little bit of a slower night. I'm getting the feeling that Thursdays are a little bit slower. I might try to figure out a new time on Thursdays, see if it maybe works better for people. We'll figure something out. All the Thursday streams have been a little slower than the Tuesday ones we've done so far. I'll try to figure something out with that. But again, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Javal says he loves you, Zach.
Love you, Javal.
Yeah, so one more time, at Zach_Goodall on Twitter, LockedOnJaguars, and I'm forgetting the UCF name. Plug it one more time.
Black and Gold Banneret.
There it is. Go ahead and follow the new SB Nation, UCF SB Nation page. Again, me on Twitter at Ryan_Kieran. Follow the channel if you're not. We'll be back on Tuesday, hopefully discussing a Patriots Super Bowl victory. I've got a couple guests in mind that I'm hoping to grab. They're busy people, but I'll be in contact with them. If not, we'll figure something out. I'll be back. Again, guys, thanks for following the stream. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends, tell your girlfriend, tell your family. Just get everyone in here following us. It's a ton of fun. This is week 3 that's just wrapped up. And it's been a ton of fun so far, and I appreciate you guys. So I will be back on Tuesday. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, Zach.